Hello, everyone, and welcome to this fine Pop Chat Friday. I missed you all last week. We took Black Friday off, so I hope you did some shopping. And we're going to tune down Britney for a second here, but funny enough, this song, it's the 17th anniversary of Circus this week. So go stream the full version, not just this little ringtone instrumental that we've got going, but hope everyone is doing well. We have some new friends. Mayokun, good to see you. Amy's here. What's up, Meg? David's here with his text message reminder as promised. Alexa, hi. Matthew, I'm so glad you came back. Amazing. I did, Jared. I did see the Netflix news about Warner Brothers, but I need you to give me the full scoop because I know you are the streaming expert. And interesting that you're on YouTube. Jared, come to LinkedIn. But you can hang out on YouTube too. Chris is here. Yes, hope everyone's having a great Friday. Oh, we don't know who this is, the mysterious LinkedIn user because of your privacy settings. Oh, yes, Danny, it officially kicks things off. So, hope everyone is having a great week, a great Friday. Everyone's feeling festive. Jennifer's here. Oh my gosh, you guys. I hope I can get through this stream because I'm going to be 33 weeks pregnant tomorrow. And I got winded just emptying the dishwasher this week. So my diaphragm is just, it's being crushed. So bear with me, but let's go ahead and get these slides going. There we go. So if you haven't already, tell us who you are and where you're joining from and what you do. Kathy Ann from Scotland. Great to see you, Kathy Ann. Savannah's here. It's always a better time when Savannah's here. Happy Friday, Savannah. And if this is your first time joining, a little bit about me. My name is Brianne Fleming. I've been hosting this, Pop Chat hasn't been a live stream for that long, but I've been hosting Pop Chat for 6 years. The live stream will turn 1 in January. So I can't believe we've done this for a year. But I'm a marketer, but also a fangirl of all things pop culture, specifically 90s and early 2000s. I'm surprised my listening age wasn't 13 on my Spotify Wrapped. I will tell you what it was later. I also teach branding and social media at the University of Florida. But it's bittersweet because my final projects actually are due today, and I will be grading those and turning them in and then taking some time off for the baby due in January. So that's going to be on hold for a little bit. But I'm also a content creator and a mom living in Jupiter, Florida. So if you're ever in town, say hi. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, lots of deep breaths. Thank you so much. Ooh, cold in the UK. When I visited the UK, we went in November and it was pretty chilly. So I can only imagine how this is doing. ASL. That is a Pop Chat throwback. So yes, unlike what my beloved Backstreet Boys say, I do care who you are, where you're from, and what you do. So be sure to introduce yourselves in the chat. Jennifer's from Tampa, freelance copywriter and content writer. Yeah, Netflix is acquiring Warner Brothers. Did I get that headline right? Jared, fill us in. Oh my gosh, Jared, this is your first live stream. You'll have to let me know what you think of it because you're a Pop Chat lifer on the Twitter version. So hope you're liking the live stream. 36, listening age. So funny. Danny's from Massachusetts, lived the dream working in sports media, then transitioned into social media for a healthcare system. That is putting it lightly. Danny, you do such incredible work. Please share anything new that you're talking about. I saw some posts about granola crunched and Anna. See, there we go. Can't breathe. Fill us in. Fill us in. I am not a full granola user yet, but I know it was the talk of the last Pop Chat that it is a note-taking assistant. And stay tuned because we're going to work with our friends at Zapier. Oh my goodness, let's get Zapier back in the chat and talk about some granola integrations. So it should be fun. Okay, perfect. Yes, it tells you your year based on your meeting transcripts. Oh, That is a really powerful recap. Too funny. 17 degrees in New York City. Ooh, what's the temp in Colorado? Monique is here. Oh my gosh. Everyone say hi. I want to read all of these, but make sure you're connecting and saying hello to each other in the chat as well. Chris is doing some awesome things at Everbank. Yes, fellow Pop Chat OGs. Oh boy, we're nervous about this merger and what it means for TCM, the WB archive, and film restoration. Ooh, Jennifer, you should connect with our friend Joseph Priest, who I'm pretty sure you've crossed paths with at PopChat, because I bet he has some of the same concerns and would want to talk about this. But yes, in case you didn't know, today's Pop Chat is sponsored by Zapier. Fiona is not here today, but make sure you go ahead and connect with her. You may have won some merch from her and gotten a special delivery. And we're going to be doing another Zapier giveaway soon. So stay tuned and we'll see Fiona again next week. And some friends from the Zapier team. We've also got a special guest coming up later in February or so. So stay tuned. Pop Chat trading cards. Those were so fun. Those were so fun. If you have one of those are a rarity. Those might be worth something. So yes, what is Pop Chat? If you haven't been around for oh my goodness, 6 years, Pop Chat is a fusion of marketing and pop culture. We're going to talk about trending topics with our marketing hats on. And because we get to bond over trending topics and things like movies, like Jennifer was saying, or music and Spotify and all these fun things, we get to know each other, beyond what we do and our careers in marketing. And then connection is a beautiful byproduct of that. So happy you're here. The way it works, no hard and fast rules, just be you, share and reply to the questions, connect with others, and have fun. Keep it pretty casual around here. I've never had a problem. So -5 in Stryker, Ohio. Oh no. Oh no. I'm in Florida, so I'm not relating to this, but everyone stay warm. My crunch is pretty funny. My 2025 catchphrase was, I told myself I was going to take a break, but I'm just a builder. Yes, got to keep it going. Let's see. What did we miss from oh yeah. Miss the Pop Chat trading cards. We'll have to fill you in. So if you're unfamiliar with Zapier, what is it? Yes, it's pronounced Zapier, like happier. It is an amazing automation tool that helps all of your programs and tools in your tech stack talk to each other. So you can have integrations between Facebook leads and Google Sheets, or I use a great integration from Teachable and getting people onto my email list in Kit, formerly ConvertKit. It's just this beautiful, this beautiful thing where all of your platforms can work together to help you save time and not have to do so many things manually. So there are over 8,000 platforms and tools that you can connect, and you get 100 free zaps per month on their free plan. So get started, and you can use Copilot, their AI tool, to describe some of the automations that you wish would happen on your on your wish list, and it can help make it happen really easily. So don't be intimidated. It's very easy to set up. You can even scan this QR code and try Zapier today. And they had a really hilarious post on LinkedIn this week, and it blew my mind. You can see here, did you know that you'll find API hidden in the name of this workflow automation company? What is Zapier? That is correct. In case you guessed it. I thought this was so genius. And I'd never seen this meme format before. I thought it was really creative and that a lot of brands could use it. But yeah, it's got API right there. Who knew? And also, I think that's why Zapier doesn't have 2 Ps, because it's Zapier like happier, but the 2 Ps would ruin it. So go follow them, check them out, and start making some zaps to make your lives easier, especially in the new year. Okay, and a little icebreaker question. It's the holidays. I want to hear about your favorite dessert. And I want specifics. If you say cake, I want flavors. If you say ice cream, I want to know, again, flavors. And, cookies. Yesterday was National Cookie Day, so cookies is on the brain. That is so smart. What is so smart? We're talking about granola still? Granola promotion was chief architect of inevitable engagement. Too funny. Yes, worlds collide. Oh, Zapier. Yes, I think that's what we're talking about. How API was in the name. Who knew? Did anyone know? I didn't notice this or put two and two together. My favorite dessert. Okay, if I'm narrowing it down from like cakes, cookies, ice cream, I got to go with cake. And I think specifically it's a toss up between like a red velvet situation or vanilla bean cheesecake. Okay. So, tres leches. I like your style, David. Pecan pie with French vanilla ice cream. Oh my gosh. That is just the cherry on top. That's not a great pun for that, but hey, Lathan. Aw. Jared, I think I've seen you like venture into some baking and stuff on Instagram. 4-layer delight. Is it a secret recipe? Peppermint stick ice cream, which is my favorite, harder to find the rest of the year. Ooh, yes, I could only imagine. And eggnog, all those things. Any donut. You really can't go wrong with a donut. This is a little weird. I like condensed milk just on its own straight out of the can. Okay, I like your style too. That's cool, Amy. I'm good with just chocolate milk. Secret recipe. Don't make me choose. The Chantilly cake from Whole Foods. You know, I'm pretty sure I've tried this, but like I can't really pinpoint. It's just like a nice sort of vanilla cake, right? Like a white cake. Pies, pumpkin, apple, pecan, chocolate chip cookies made with Toll House recipe. And if you screw up the vanilla, we're done. Oh man, good to know. I could eat my body weight in gummy bears. No, I was just this is the second time gummy bears has come up in conversation for me today, and it's only 1:00. The true story. I'll tell you more about it later. Oatmeal, cinnamon chip cookies, fresh banana ice cream, and homemade rice pudding. Ooh, kind of a unique choice there, Matthew. Oatmeal. Do you like oatmeal raisin? I'm destroying the dessert table. I don't discriminate when it comes to sweet butts. My hot take is I will always use a fork for pies, cakes, fruit salad, etc. Spoons are crazy for anything except ice cream. I think that makes sense, Monique. Aw, cooking, making stuff from scratch. Love it. Ultimate white cake, vanilla cake with chantilly cream frosting and berries. Okay. So hope your sweet teeth are primed and ready for the weekend, but what better way to kick off a chat than just talking about sweets? All right, today in pop culture history, are you ready? The first text message was sent this week in 1992, and it read, "Merry Christmas." First text message said, "Merry Christmas." It was a little early, but, Merry Christmas. We can kick things off in December a little early. The best peanut butter pie. Oh, chocolate peanut butter and Oreo crust. Stop it. Okay, oatmeal raisin is okay. Oatmeal cinnamon chip in a bar form is the best. Where does one find that? I don't even know that I've heard of that. Do you make it yourself? I have questions. Okay, so first text message said Merry Christmas. Should have read you up. Well, there's a hilarious meme I saw in relation to this. Someone retweeted it and said, "Sorry, just saw this." came in 33 years ago. Just saw this. Who sent it? I think it came from this company, Vodafone. Like they sent it out maybe to their customers. I'm not sure. It's a good question. Cost that person $20 at least to send. And whoever opened it was probably prompted, like, do you want to actually open this? It's going to cost you money too. Eating an apple right now. Oh no, Savannah, I'm sorry. Put some peanut butter on it. Who's this? 1992. I know. So Merry Christmas to all. And speaking of that, I have a little bit of I was going to reveal the date or the year on this one, but the very well-known Eminem holiday commercial, which I'm going to play, debuted this week. But I want some guesses for what year this came out, because it airs every year.
So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist.
They do exist. Santa?
So there's some little pop culture and advertising history. Any guesses for when this came out? Because it's like that Tootsie Roll commercial. They just keep airing this, and why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh yes, Kelly Rowland sent the first text message with Microsoft Excel. Yes, we need to get that corrected. Oh my gosh. That must have been an iconic Thanksgiving, Jared. Were you jumping for joy? Sent my first text message in 1998. I love that. 1998, good guess. 2001, another guess. Any other thoughts? Vodafone is the SIM cards I use when I travel to Europe. I had no idea they had this history. Well, good for them. 95, 98. Hey, Fatima. 2000. No one's gotten it yet. I'll give it a few more minutes. 2001. Hearing about this 92 text message reminds me of the Today Show folks trying to understand what email is. Chris, I don't have the time to go over this now. However, I can confidently say I am part of the reason that clip went viral again, and how it was later put in a Super Bowl commercial. I should have been given a credit. I kid you not. So while you're guessing the name of this, I just have to get this off my chest because one of my college professors showed us that clip. So really the credit goes to him. He showed us that clip in like 2009 in class. And then years later, I was out of college and I was watching the Today Show and they were talking about the anniversary of the World Wide Web. And I tweeted that clip to them of them that I remembered of them trying to remember what the world or, what email is. And they retweeted it and then wrote a whole article about it. And then later that following year, it was in a Super Bowl commercial, or they brought Katie Couric and Bryant Gumbel back. And I just need people to know. I swear I have the old tweet. I tweeted it to Carson Daly, who was the anchor that was talking about it. He retweeted it. Katie Couric then retweeted it. And then they were reminded of this ancient footage, but it all stemmed from me remembering it from one of my college professors sharing it in class in 2009 or so. So that's my story. Yes, the answer is 1996. It is that old. So if you see it this year, you can look at it fondly. It's going to be 30 years old. So yeah, that's my Super Bowl story. All right, trending topics for the week. We have to talk about another word of the year. Dictionary.com added 6-7. Oh, thank you guys. It's really silly that I'm yeah, what is internet? Katie Couric. Yeah. We see you, we support. I will find the tweet and I'll bring it up next time. It's on my old Twitter account with my maiden name, which is in the archives, but very full circle. So dictionary.com said 6-7 was the word of the year. What was the other one? Parasocial was Cambridge Dictionary. And now the Oxford University Press says rage bait is the word of the year. Rage bait, which is actually two words. Words of the year. So their definition, Rage bait is defined as online content deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive, typically posted in order to increase traffic to or engagement with a particular web page or social media content. Yeah, 1996, time flies. I've heard these are big in the gaming industry, and today I heard of aura farming, aura farming. Is that a gaming thing too? 9. I support that. I was born in 89, so I support that. So, yes. Yes, 6'7" is not a word. Rage bait is 2 words. What's going on? Technicalities here. So, my question for you, smart marketers, is we know rage bait sparks engagement, but at what cost? Is this an advisable strategy for brands to enrage their followers for engagement? Sea lioning? No, I haven't. Wholesome lure. That's what I prefer. Trolling is this rage bait is a synonym for trolling. You know, I have to agree. I'm all for like friendly debates, but this is stretching the definition of a word. Kathy Ann, I have to agree. What is sea lioning? But yes, if rage bait sparks engagement, gets your engagement metrics up, but at what cost? Is it damaging? What are we doing? Not an advisable strategy for brands. I feel like most of the time I see rage bait being done by like the media and people, brands that are like reporting the news. But that's kind of clickbaity, but sometimes they will position it, to enrage people as well. Being part of the gaming industry, I feel this helps with me knowing all these words when it comes to marketing. Yeah, who knew? You're on the ground floor of some of these words of the year. My entire strategy is the opposite, Matthew says. Kindness Raising is the anti-rage bait morning show. Yes, please go check out Matthew's morning show. He does a live stream at 7:30. Matthew, is it daily? Because I think we need to wake up, with some of that kindness and motivation. Ryanair. If it's in the brand's tone of voice, then yes, see Ryanair in Europe. Okay. I didn't think of them, Rob, but I I like Ryanair and what they do. So, I think that's a great example. Mayokun says it is a 50-50 chance. To me, it will take a whole lot of strategy to implement to avoid destruction of a brand. Yeah, I think it can be kind of damaging. No, your fans and customers don't want you tricking or angering them. Yeah, who wants to have that energy? I think it can be fun if the brand presents it as a prank or joke afterwards. Yeah, I kind of agree with this. Like if it's not their entire personality. Like remember when IHOP said they were changing their name? That made us pretty mad, but that was like a joke. IHOB, I think it was. Rage bait either gets taken seriously and leads to people not liking you, or people know it is rage baiting and it comes off as lazy. I think it just also attracts the wrong people. Crashing Out didn't win it. I know. I first heard Crashing Out from my husband. He's so in tune, I guess, with what the youths are saying. Alexa says, I think 2026 needs to be the year where we end rage bait, meme jacking, and trend jacking. While it gets engagement, it does nothing to build your brand, make you known for something, or build long-term trust. If anything, it erodes it. Oh no, I love a good trend jack. I love trend jacking and meme jacking because those are usually just timely and fun little creative drills. But yeah, I'm sure we could talk about what that does for brand loyalty and how that may or may not be, building relationships. But I think the emotion between these is very different. Like rage bait literally is like sparking fury, where a trend jack can be kind of funny. I don't know. But yeah, long-term trust is important. Love that perspective, Alexa. Kathy Ann says it will enrage people who are not their followers, but the people they want to buy or engage with will not be enraged. The true target will think the rage is a storm in a teacup. Whoa. You guys are smart. I'm loving these. Oh my goodness. So I gotta read these. Okay. David says rage bait shouldn't be part of a brand's voice because typically this would purposefully be a hot take or against the social norms. And if a brand is doing this, how could one really trust them or be loyal? Ooh. All right. So steer clear. So yeah, maybe it is the media doing it mostly. I wonder if I'm right in that regard. I could be completely wrong, but now I'm going to keep an eye out for it. Jennifer says, no, I don't want to purchase or support a brand that intentionally stirs the pot and fans the flames of the dumpster fire. Well said. April Fool's is fair game. IHOB, I know. We got really upset about that. Matthew's show is every weekday. Go check it out, 7:30 a.m. Chris says the right brand could have a blast with rage bait. One of my favorite local X accounts is from the POV of a train that blocks traffic frequently in this one area of town. Hateful and sarcastic and brilliant. Okay, I could be convinced. I'm not entirely sold that it's always a bad idea. Not everyone can pull it off. It's like a prank, Fatima says. If not everyone is laughing at the end, it's not a good prank. Well said. Wendy's, oh my goodness. Is Wendy's as mean and roastful, if that's a word, as they always were? Yeah. Great thoughts from Alexa. Yay, we got some new subscribers. We have alt accounts for a reason. Amazing. Yeah, Alexa, I think maybe it's time to elaborate on this. Oh, and speaking of elaborating, I thought, speaking of kindness and maybe more productive things we could do instead of sparking fury and rage, we could use our content to spark some of these things: curiosity, delight, empowerment, nostalgia, belonging, awe, intrigue, insight, inspiration, hope, anticipation, and joy. You know, let's keep this positivity going, you know? So these are just some other emotions that we can spark. Oh no, sea lioning is a form of online harassment where someone persistently asks disingenuous, often basic questions under the guise of being sincerely curious, demanding evidence for every point while refusing to engage in good faith, exhausting their target with endless bad faith debate. Ooh, ugh, that just sounds terrible. I need to see an example. Yikes. Okay, this is kind of a shift in tone, but this conversation about rage bait got me thinking about this and how there's lots of positive emotions we could spark with our content. But thinking about my own consumption, I also consume a lot of content that sparks sadness, which is very different from rage. But for example, there's this heartbreaking new documentary on Netflix called All the Empty Rooms. Have you heard about this? It is a 33, excuse me. You can see a 33-minute film chronicles a 7-year quest to memorialize the bedrooms of children killed in school shootings. And yeah, the creators go to these homes of these parents whose children were tragically killed in school shootings, and just show how they've preserved their rooms, or their rooms are completely untouched. I haven't watched it, but I read that one mother, her son's room still has a basket of dirty laundry, and she refuses to wash it because she just wants the room to always smell like him. And I don't know, I feel like a responsibility to watch stuff like this. I know it's very sad and heartbreaking, and something like this maybe will spark rage in a different way, or just activism surrounding preventing stuff like this. But I don't think the tone of this is really rage bait. It's more just tragedy. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this, but I have been thinking about it and how I feel like some kind of responsibility to sit through this. So, but yes, if you can spark some of those other positive emotions with your content, yes, I'm I'm hoping that inspires you to do so. But yeah, this is heavy. This is heavy. This is heavy stuff. I also wanted to share a book rec while we're talking about emotional content. One of my favorites, this book I think is not often on the radar, but it's one of my favorites. It's called About Face: The Secrets of Emotionally Effective Advertising by Dan Hill. And I remember I read it a few years ago and I loved it so much. I found the author on LinkedIn and messaged him, and he said that he had written this with many late nights. I think he did like a whole writing retreat in a cabin and just worked and worked until he finished it. And it's very good. And it's all about how you can spark emotion in your content, for better or for worse, I guess. Did you watch it, Kathy Ann? Makes me cry uncontrollably. Yeah, very sad. Mayo-kun says, with reporting agency, the rage bait is one of the reasons I don't listen to news anymore. No good vibes with negativity. Oof, yeah. And a lot of the news, there's so many different sides. It's like, what do we believe? There's definitely a market for this sad content. I want to say the type of people they're luring are grief voyeurs. Interesting. Yeah, and true crime. I mean, we know that's a phenomenon. Oh, I follow some animal rescue groups that spark a similar mix of emotions. Yeah, I mean, Sarah McLachlan, she did it to all of us. So it's just interesting that there's rage, but there's also some emotions that, aren't just, rainbows and butterflies all the time. There's also sadness and heartbreak that can work in content too, because it's real. So just wanted to talk about that and share this book rec. And if you do watch that documentary, let me know. I'm still on the fence. We'll see. It also seems like such a hard time to watch something like that with the holidays and everything. So take care of yourselves. Oh, just so real and touching. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kathy. And I will grab my box of tissues for sure. So shifting gears here, Spotify Wrapped is out and I want to know your listening age. Drop it in the comments. And this new metric, I don't know, this might be rage bait for some people because some people weren't happy with their age that they were given. Mine, I didn't mind it. It was 46. Bye, Anna. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday and have a great weekend. Yay! Put that book on my to be read from your rec brand. Need to get it in the queue. Thanks for reminding us. You're so welcome. I actually found that book at the library too. So, Chris, I know how you feel about libraries. So tell me your listening age if you did your Spotify Wrapped. And I'm trying to remember when Spotify Wrapped came out. I should have looked it up. I think it was like 2015 or 2016. But have you noticed any sort of shift over the years? I just want to hear kind of your general thoughts. Is Spotify Wrapped as engaging as it's ever been? Do you still share it or does it feel stale? What trends have you noticed over the years? Oh my gosh, Amy's 36. David, we're in the same boat, just about 45. 32, Chris. Amazing. Alexa's 65. Lathan's 38. Very flattering 36. Hey, I am 36. That's funny. So I am flattered. 73. I like your style. Jennifer talking about emotions and stuff. Maybe the difference is in how we react, move to be part of the solution versus just reactive anger. I think that is a great distinction. Still stuck on Backstreet Boys. Yeah. Kathy Ann, I relate to that. 30, 21. Oh, 49. 50 soul, Matthew says. Rob says, I think a higher number means more historical diversity of taste, which is no bad thing. Yes, I think that's a great way of looking at it. Some people on the internet were, I don't know, not too pleased. Yes, apparently it was an intern project and that intern never got hired. I have seen that tweet, Alexa, about how they like ripped off her idea supposedly. Oof, something like that. But yeah, when did it first come out? 2016, 15. It's been a while. 64 when I'm 64. Just how I look. Feels a bit cringe sharing it. Yeah, I'm starting to I'm starting to feel that. I didn't share mine either. Does Apple even do Spotify Wrapped kind of content? Spotify Wrapped has such a big brand. Yeah, they've really dominated it. I know other brands have tried to do similar things, but Melissa's here, 21, 21 years younger. Amazing. I don't have Spotify. I have the Sirius XM app, which is great. Amy says, I thought it was super engaging this year. There was what I think is a new feature called Wrapped Party. Oh, yes, I saw that. You can like invite friends. I don't have it memorized, but you can maybe just share with a certain group of friends or like make a combined playlist or something. You're 24, Savannah. I love that for you. Yes, I love that they added games this year that you can play and compare data with your friends. Oh, okay. Is that the party? Oh, this was fun. I miss the billboards that shouted out random stats, much more engaging than everyone just sharing it on social media. Yeah, so tell me, did you share it this year? Do you feel differently about it? I feel like I'm sharing just a lot less personal content in general since becoming a mom, I guess. I'm like, Kathy Ann, I don't share it because my people will be like Beyonce and Backstreet Boys again, right? I've shared shared that too. Motivates me to try some new listens next year, but DJ just sends me the same thing all the time. Kathy Ann, my top song for the year was "Hey" by the Backstreet Boys, their new song that came out. I can't believe I'm getting new Backstreet Boy music in 2025. What a time to be alive. Alexa, I think it ebbs and flows. I think some of the extra things are kind of weird year over year, but I still love knowing my top songs, minutes, and albums. Yeah, I do respect that they introduce new stats and find creative ways to keep it fresh. I thought the listening age was a hot little topic. Do you find it kind of cringe when companies try doing a Spotify Wrapped? Yeah, the memes always happen. How many listens each song had? Yeah, that is new, huh? I shared mine and I felt the cringe doing so, mainly because I checked my stats, the FM afterwards, and noticed some discrepancies in metrics. Ooh. Yes, this was new. Very cool. I heard someone say that super personalization is starting to feel intrusive, and instead they should use the data they have to improve the product and overall experience of the app. Ooh, maybe it's something you should be able to opt into. Major combo starter. Guys, oh my gosh, we're only on question 2. I'm going to have to keep it moving here, but I will read Chris's. I like the anticipation of rap, but this year's almost seemed like too much stuff and became a bunch of noise. Would be worth paring it down to just a few things and one cool interactive feature. The parodies are really fun. Go to Las Vegas, go see the residency, go to the Sphere. Do we have between the chat community for this gang? Wouldn't hate to see what this group stuff is because we've got a nice little tribe here. That is so kind. You know, please DM me your thoughts because I don't know what the right meeting place is beyond this and what I'm able to upkeep reasonably. So if you want a LinkedIn group, I suppose I can make one maybe after the baby's born. Or maybe before the baby's born, and that'll be a fun way to kind of keep in touch until Pop Chat returns shortly after. All right, shifting gears. Last Pop Chat, we talked about the Grinch meal at McDonald's, and we also brought it up in the context of Mariah Carey. And I asked you how a fictitious character versus a real life celebrity, how that perception and campaign differs and how we perceive it. And I think I verbatim said one distinction is that, oh, well, Mariah has an Instagram and she's a real person and she can engage with us. And the Grinch doesn't have an Instagram. Well, I was wrong. The Grinch is like becoming the most followed person on Instagram right now. Sleepy time. Slack or Discord. Do you want this from me? Do you all really want one more channel? I'm open to it. LinkedIn group and some key champions. Yes, please help. I need some help. I'm always trying to forget the trauma each year brings me. Dear apps, please stop making me reopen all of my wounds. Oh no. So yeah, the Grinch has amassed 280,000 followers in the last 30 days and counting. And he's posting memes. He's also grieving and lamenting that 6'7" is a word and things like cooked and bussin' and all this young slang. He's kind of doing man with sign content. Grinchstagram, Meg, that's amazing. The Grinch is popping off. His TikToks are hilarious. I saw one where he did Britney choreo, and he also did his own Spotify Wrapped of some of his very Grinchy songs, like music from Mariah Carey. So my next question for you is, how does giving a fictional character a social media presence change the way we experience the brand? And do you have any favorites or any other examples besides the Grinch? Maybe there are things you can do with a fictitious character. There are more risks that you can take versus Mariah Carey. You can have fun with it. Discord. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. I do want to keep in touch. If you're not on my email list, I know that's a one-way communication, but I do send out reminders about Pop Chat and everything. While you're thinking about this, I also am trying to think of a good way to, I suppose I can just have you guys opt into like a Google Calendar where it always pops up with the new link. I've got a lot to think about. So, oh, I missed this. The Walmart Grinch commercial with Walter Goggins is weird. No mask or character head, even creepier. Interesting. Huh. I haven't seen that. It was this year that I learned that Universal Grinch also speaks Spanish. Made him 10 times funnier. Who knew, Fatima? Sesame Street accounts. Oh my God, that's like a dream social job. Cookie Monster. Uh-huh. Lathan says, it humanizes what is often the most loved part of a brand. The brand mascot is a great way to increase following and engagement with the brand profile. Yes, and that was the example I was going to mention, specifically like sports teams when they get the mascot involved. It's always pretty fun. Or we've also seen brands like Hootsuite do this with their owl, or Duolingo with their famous owl. That owl takes lots of risks. He has no filter. They tap into nostalgia, Jared says. It's huge with anime brands. Who knew? How fun to just manage someone fictitious. Monique says, I think it's the same way people watch the Olympics and Dancing with the Stars, more because of the influencers they follow. The Grinch is becoming the hottest new influencer off screen, and we want to support his work. What are we going to do when like the Christmas season dies down? Is he going to take a break? The world is run by so many real like Grinches. We need the fictional one and his redemption story to feel like hope is possible. Woof. Yeah. Would even keep the chat going. You guys are too kind. Please DM me any feedback. The Shrunken Head elf Kevin Hart and Melissa McCarthy is bad. Ooh, I'm not informed about this. Let me know. Alexa says, I think it works so well for memorable characters. Elmo is the other one that comes to mind. I think it's a great way to connect with the bigger brand behind the character, Dr. Seuss. Interesting. Yeah, I saw Elmo did some kind of Spotify Wrapped. All right, friends, we've got a little bit more to get to, but let's do Feel Good Friday first. When you have a moment, share some good news or just anything you want to put out into the world, something you're working on, something you're proud of, someone you want to shout out, maybe something fun you have going on this weekend. Ooh. Ooh, so bad. Ooh, I'm not informed. Grinch on holiday. We follow him on his vacations. He becomes a travel blogger. My question is then what brand would benefit from this? Is that just more going to sell more Dr. Seuss books? Because I feel like the Grinch's Instagram, I went back and some of his first videos started off with he not only did a McDonald's collab and was promoting that, but he also did something with Crocs. So yeah, Grinch on holiday. I think that's genius. There are so many brands that could keep that going. Oh, Verizon. Like Duo from Duolingo. I don't necessarily use the app, but love their accounts because of Duo. Yes, he is unhinged. Shrunken Head Elves. I've got to start paying attention to commercials more. Oh, congrats, Jared. That is great news. Uncle Jared. Congratulations. My fun news is tomorrow I'm taking my daughter to the zoo at night for it's called Zoo Lights. And it's going to be all festive and lit up. And I'm really excited about it. Ooh, I finally added my Big Stranger Things collab case study to my portfolio. Happy to finally get that process and behind the scenes out into the world. David, please share the link. I know I reposted it, but drop it again. Oh, the anniversary. Oh, happy birthday, Monique. You're 23. Oh, I'm sorry I missed it. Noah, congratulations on this. I didn't see this professional update on my feed, but one of my students left feedback that they think I'm the best lecturer ever. I believe it. I may have squeezed a little. My boss will see that. I feel good this Friday. Kathy Ann, you deserve that. So, oh my gosh, Alexa, are you cross-posting these on LinkedIn if they're relevant? Had another interview, praying to secure a few more interviews before Christmas. Wish me luck. Good luck, Fatima. I've loved your contributions today. You are clearly a smart cookie and are very hireable. So keep us posted. This weekend, Chris says we're having 4 kids from the local Peds Care Kids Hospice become Jaguars for a day. They'll go to practice, sign a 1-day contract with the GM as a Jacksonville Jaguar, get jerseys, recognition, watch the game from a suite. It's going to be amazing. That is amazing. I want to see pictures and stuff. I hope you'll post about it if you're able. Okay, let's give away some merch. We've got a pop quiz. And we're doing a little callback to the beginning of the chat if you were here. To win some fun merch from Zapier, get ready, because whoever answers this question correctly first wins. Who voiced the yellow M&M from 1996 to 2013? Who voiced the yellow M&M from 1996 to 2013? Oh, Alexa, my cross-posting never ever gets views on here, but I took the same concept and wrote a LinkedIn post, and that's been getting decent traction. Maybe we all just need to I don't know what to make a video on this platform yet, but I'm having fun live streaming. Alexa, maybe just go live. Go check out David's case study. Woohoo. Some cool work. Woohoo. Jason's back just to win again. Guy Fieri would have been great. He really should take over. I think the first one I see is Lathan. And Lathan, I believe did you win already? I think you've won one. No? If not, right behind you is Chris. So, I don't think I ever got my prize the first time, so I'm trying to win again. Remind me when you won, Lathan, because I know Fiona with the Thanksgiving holiday and stuff, there were some that she was sending out this week. So you have won. I will follow up on that. And since you've won already, we're going to go to Chris. The answer is J.K. Simmons. Yay. Not having Eminem voice in Eminem is a missed opportunity. You guys crack me up. Ooh, what do you want to do a LinkedIn Live about? You want to do like a little interview show? Let's keep it going. So congrats, Chris. Awesome. Yay, we have some fans of Alexa's work. Keep it up. 20K views, that's major. Okay, so you've got some Zapier merch coming your way. Stay tuned. And speaking of Zapier, let's talk about one of their automations. What is your system for saving posts, campaigns, or shout outs you're proud of? As David said, he finally got around to saving his Stranger Things case study and updating that. And I'm sure you got a ton of great feedback about that campaign. Did you include it in there? And what was your system for collecting all of that? Because it can be hard. I will double check. I know some past winners did get stuff, so let me confirm. And if anyone else has not gotten their merch and won, please let me know. I will follow up for sure. Yay. Aw, amazing. So what's your system for saving posts, campaigns, or shout outs you're proud of? There's a way to automate this that I'm going to get to, but I have it's literally just called the nice things document where I put screenshots and links and collect any nice things. And it's great for a rainy day when imposter syndrome creeps in and you need a little boost. So while you're telling me if you even do this, do you save posts and campaigns and shout outs you're proud of? Do you wish you were doing it more? And if so, you can try this Zap, because team wins, client compliments, and small victories get lost in Slack or Discord or all these other places where it's difficult to collect them. So you can use Zapier to automatically capture every shout out, compliment, or win in one organized place so nothing ever gets forgotten. Amazing. Chris says, I feel like taking screenshots on my phone is my way to save most stuff, but it's a dumpster fire to find things. Yes. And then sometimes you lose the original link, or, if you ever get a shout out on LinkedIn, sometimes there's even more value beyond that shout out. Like there's more discussion in the comments. So if you just do a screenshot of the original post, you like lose that discourse. A smile file. I like that. That's amazing. I have a smile file, Alexa says, for screenshots. For other work, I created a CV spreadsheet to link all my visibility things. That is awesome. So here's how else you can use Zap to make this even easier. You can set up a trigger to star or save a message in Slack or Discord. Then set up an action where Zapier will automatically save it to your kudos folder or a smile file. That's even better. Google Drive or Dropbox, and log it into Notion or Airtable, whatever your platform of choice is. And the result is you've built a private vault of encouragement, testimonials, and wins ready for social proof. So all you have to do is save that commentary in Slack if you get something from your boss or just something you want to favorite and save, and it moves it to that folder. I use the trash app. No, that's not true. David says, I've been dropping weekly updates into my ChatGPT hub to look back on later, but actually collecting everything and building out the case study page was by me, like usual, old school and slow burning. I'll need to get into Zapier to automate some of my workflow. You're turning me onto it. I'm happy to hear that. These next few weeks, we are going to be talking more about portfolio building and personal branding and ways to use it for that. So glad we're discussing this and thinking about it. I love this. I'm not nice enough to myself to start archiving this good stuff. Yes, please be nice to yourself. That reminds me. Oh, bye, Rob. Great to see you. You know what? I'll save that for later. I'll DM you later about what that reminds me of. Um, industry news. Let's wrap it up with this last question about live shopping. It's everywhere now, and even a big brand like Skims has done live shopping. So Kim Kardashian this week went live on TikTok with TikTok Shop with Kim's Miss, billion-dollar brand. Yes, you did have to build the portfolio website for my class. I hope it's the gift that keeps on giving, Jared. So what is live shopping if you're still a little foggy on it? Live shopping blends e-commerce with live video streaming, letting hosts demonstrate products in real time, like QVC, on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or brand sites, while viewers ask questions and buy instantly, creating an interactive social shopping experience. So Kim was all over Twitter, actually, promoting it and driving people to TikTok. She said Kim's Miss is a live shopping show where you'll be able to access exclusive Skims deals and giveaways. There'll be some festive moments and some surprise special guests. And it really became like almost like a little variety show. Like Snoop Dogg joined. I hopped on for a moment, and Khloe Kardashian was on there taking relationship questions while they were also promoting some PJ sets. And live shopping is working for all brands, big and small. Modern Retail says live shopping platforms, TikTok Shop and Whatnot, reported record-breaking sales during Black Friday and Cyber Monday as online live selling drives more holiday spending. TikTok drove more than 500 million in US sales on its e-commerce platform Shop during the 4-day Black Friday and Cyber Monday period. So if this isn't part of your strategy, it's something to think about. But my question for you is, how would you encourage a small business who is hesitant to incorporate live shopping? How would you sell them on live shopping, if you will, if they think it's not for them? Kim needs Whatnot. Yeah, I hadn't heard of Whatnot until today. I've heard of live shopping, but I wasn't sure of the tool. So does Whatnot, is that the, like, do you use Whatnot to stream live on Amazon and TikTok? No, right? Whatnot is its own new platform where you go for live shopping. Because I would think that being on TikTok is preferred, but I don't know. So QVC, but for the internet. Yes, I guess so. And anyone can do it. So even like small boutiques, what if there was a small boutique, maybe a local business in your neighborhood, and you tell them about this live shopping and they're like, huh? What would you tell them to really showcase its power and why it's beneficial? Chris said just read one of Gary Vee's books from maybe 15 years ago, and he pointed out that someone who took the QVC model to the internet could win. Shocked it took so long for it to pop up. You know what? We talked about Whatnot last week. We did? We did? It's quite possible. I didn't know what it was then. A small business is not going to get the followers that Kim will. I think if you go QVC style and show your product in use, if possible, it can help, but you need a large following to really make an impact. Ooh, interesting take. You know, I'm always in the camp of everyone starts small, everyone starts at zero. And even if you have 500 followers, if you get 10 to join that first stream and they're entertained by it, maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll share it with someone else. Maybe they will make a purchase. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know that. I guess I wouldn't let a small following discourage a brand, because it's, if they're sitting in a boutique in the four walls of their store and foot traffic isn't coming in, you might as well go out and stream it to the world and see if you can get some more people on the hook that way. You can stream on TikTok and Whatnot at the same time, I believe. Okay, so you have to follow brands on Whatnot. Interesting. Interesting. I'm curious to hear the stats from Kim's Miss. We all followed Anna's Whatnot Candle Show. Drop the link. That sounds so fun. But every time you go into a store, it's kind of like quiet. And there's like one sales associate that's like, "Oh, can I help you with anything?" Like, if you can create a spectacle, I think that's interesting, or at least in your downtime if things are slow. David says, I'd love some wholesome mom and pop shops talking about their products passionately, but I'd be scared for the internet hype train to bring in too much demand for their smaller scale supply. Sometimes it works too well when they're not ready to scale. Does anyone follow Spin Me Round on TikTok, the record store in Pennsylvania? I'm not sure they do live shopping, but they go live all the time. And it's, a mom and pop record store where, they talk about their new arrivals. She shares music, fun facts. It's so fascinating. Alexa says, I think if they treat it like a show to make it encouraging or to do it for big special events, it could be something worth trying. Yeah. And I think that's a great call out. Like, try it, see how it feels. And there's so many products that are just sitting on racks and shelves. Like, why not talk about them? Give people some gift ideas, something. It works very similarly to TikTok Shop, but you bid instead of buy. If eBay and TikTok Shop had a baby, it would be Whatnot. I learned so much from you guys. Thank you. So keep sharing your thoughts on live shopping and be on the lookout for it. Apparently, it's over 15 years in the making. Thanks for that, Chris. And I just want to wrap up by sharing some other headlines in case you missed it or things that are coming up. Pantone launched their color of the year. Spoiler alert, it's basically white. It's called Cloud Dancer. You also can check out Google's 2025 year in search and see the top searches for the year, top people, top TV shows, moments that came out. And YouTube launched sort of a Spotify Wrapped-esque experience where you can see some of your videos for the year. I haven't personally looked up mine, but supposedly that exists. And the lineup for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve lineup was announced. So if you're going to be watching that, you can go see who's performing. Chris says, I'd recommend a small business try it at regular intervals for a while, maybe a 30 to 60 minute webinar once a week for a couple months to build momentum. It can't be hard to do this on a shoestring. There was a radio station here that used to do the same thing, and it was all call-ins. Did anyone watch the LuLaRoe documentary? That was how that took off, was all these moms live shopping leggings on Facebook. They were doing live streams about leggings, and it was a whole pyramid scheme. But that's how they sold it all. Netflix can win the rights to Warner Media TV and film studios and HBO Max streaming. Jared, you geek out and love all this streaming stuff. I want to see you post more about it, please. Kathy Ann says, thanks all. I would show examples of where it worked with other small businesses so that there is social proof. Yeah, sometimes people need to see that other people are doing it. Saw mine for YouTube. It was nice with deep insight. I'll have to look mine up. I'm going to do that right after this. Oh, yay, Amy. I didn't know you had a candle shop. Awesome. All right, friends, we are 5 minutes over time, but I just wanted to thank you so much for joining. We're going to have a few more pop chats this month before we take a little break for the Christmas season and New Year's. Yeah, I think there might be, back to back or so when we take a little break, but then we'll be back for a couple weeks in January. And so lots to look forward to. And again, special thanks to Zapier. Again, if you did not receive your merch prize, let me know. Send me a DM. But Lathan and Chris, I'll make sure those get out to you. LuLaRoe is wild. Go watch that documentary. Yeah, it was crazy. Whatnot is very, very Lulu Live feel. LuLaRoe. Did I say LuLaRoe? LuLaRoe. Thank you. Without the pyramid scheme, though I'm sure people are selling MLM products on there. Oof. I'm going to check it out. I want to just see what the experience is like. All right, friends. Again, thank you so much. You all are so smart and you teach me things and just happy hour. We should do a pop chat happy hour. Oh, thank you so much. Pop people. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and just having fun with me on this fine Friday. Everyone have a great weekend and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Meg. Bye, everyone. Stay safe and talk soon. See ya.